Welcome back to the GSMC Baseball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Sam Menzie, and we have a great show for you today. First topic we'll be covering is talking about the NL games from yesterday and then moving into the AL games of yesterday. So really recapping just the weekend games that happened on Sunday. After that, we'll be going into the pitcher injuries that have happened, the influx of them over the past few days or so, and then just going into some general news stories around the league. Now, before we do that, I would ask you to please like and follow the show. Sorry. We do get a number of questions from viewers, so to ensure that your question does get read in the air, please use the link gsmcpodcast.net. It really does help the show, and it really does mean a lot, so thank you so much for that. And let's get straight into the show here. So, I do want to first start off by saying I am a little bit sorry about the late start time. I was having some technical difficulties before I went on, but those are all fixed up right now. So, we are starting a little bit behind here. Usually starts right at 3:30, but, a little late here. But I'm here now. So, just wanted to get that out of the way if you are watching on YouTube or on stream. So, So, the first topic we'll be going into, as I said, is the recapping the NL games of yesterday. Now, my original plan was to go over top 10 games of the weekend, but I like talking about all these games. I like giving updates on them, giving my opinion. So, but the only problem is if I talked about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's games all at once, there would just not be enough time. So I am going to just be recapping the Sunday games, and I think that's what I'm going to do from now on with these segments coming out for the weekend. So we'll see where this goes, but that's my tentative plan currently, and we'll see what happens with that. So All right, so first we'll be going into the NL games first. As I said, the first game we'll be talking about is the Mets versus the Reds. Now, this is a big game for the Mets. They're trying to get their season on track a little bit. If they lose this game, they would go to 2-7, which is pretty bad. And if you win, you still go to 3-6. But I'd much rather be 3-6 than 2-7. I don't know about you guys. So it was a big game for the Mets, and they open up the scoring easy in the top of the first here with a Francisco Alvarez RBI single to score Francisco Lindor. It was a throwing error as well by Santiago Espinal, which helped Lindor come in to score, but a nice RBI by Alvarez, who has really been great this season, really heating up, so living up to that top prospect moniker, definitely. After that, in the top of the second, we had Brandon Nimmo get hit by a pitch with the bases loaded, making it 2-0 Mets early in this game. Then Lindor finally breaks his 0 for something slump, 0 for I think 22, and launched his first home run of the year, making it 3-1 Mets. So a really nice job for Lindor to get off the mend, get a hit, and this slump was getting a lot of people's attention. A lot of Mets fans were very mad at Lindor, and I think it was a little early for that. I do understand their frustration. I mean, it has been a long time at this point, so I was glad for him to finally hit a home run, get a hit also for this game. He broke that as well. So that's good, and finally, maybe it looks like he'll be come together, and with a big series coming up against the Braves, I'm sure the Mets need their superstar shortstop to come in handy. After that, in the bottom of the fourth, Santiago Espinal would hit a sacrifice fly to Tyrone Taylor to make it 3-1. Now, the Reds would have some other opportunities, but would not ever capitalize, and the final score would end up being 3-1, so a pretty low-scoring game here. But another beautiful start here by Sean Manaea for the Mets. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, lowering his ERA now to .82 on the season. The Mets bullpen was also great, giving up no runs with Jorge Lopez, Brooks Raley, Adam Ottavino, and Edwin Diaz all coming in. 4 of their better relievers, and it's nice to see when the Mets bullpen is fully healthy and fully ready that it is going to be very good. So that was exciting to see. For the Reds, they had Andrew Abbott going, not Brandon. Mixed him up with Brandon Williamson. He went 5 innings, giving up 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Not a great start, but also not horrible. I mean, it's kind of what you expect from Andrew Abbott. He's not an amazing pitcher. He's a good guy, but not someone you really rely on to be an ace or something like that. So, again, it's not too bad, but definitely not what you want to see if you're relying on it for big innings. But I think they'll want to see more, but as of right now, it's not the worst thing. So a good game here, and nice for the Mets to finally win, getting their record up to 3-6, which I think looks much better than 2-7. Next game we'll be talking about here is Pirates-Orioles. Sorry, I don't know. My voice is acting weird, but to me it is, so coughing here. But, so opening this game up in the top of the fourth now, we had Ryan Mountcastle hitting an RBI double to score Adley Rutschman and make it 1-0 early in the top of the fourth. Same inning now, Anthony Santander would score Ryan Mountcastle himself to make it 2-0 with a RBI single. So nice job of the Orioles to get ahead early. After that, the Pirates would come back a little bit, having a Henry Davis sacrifice fly to score Edward Olivares. Then in the bottom of the ninth, Edward Olivares grounds into a force out that was fielded by Gunnar Henderson. Jack Swincy scores. Connor Joe scored with the throwing error by shortstop Gunnar Henderson, which would have Olivares getting the walk-off hit, quote-unquote. It was more an error, I'd say. But, yeah, nice walk-off by the Pirates. Nice job to capitalize off the Orioles' error. So, yeah, I mean, the Pirates right now, they're 8-2, just beat a really good Orioles team. I don't know if they don't look like they're stopping right now. I mean, Mark Gonzalez had another great outing. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts, 2.45 ERA. So, yeah, a really great outing by him. And I criticize the trade a lot. I criticize him being one of their main pitchers a lot. But if he can continue playing like this, continue pitching like this, I think it'll be pretty great. And it'll help the Pirates a lot going forward. So, yeah. For the Orioles, on the mound, they had Dean Kramer, who was also very good, going 7 innings. Giving up only 5 hits, no earned runs. So a great start by him. With the injuries they've had to the rotation, I think he's going to be a big part of what they're trying to do this year. And if he continues pitching like that, it's going to be great. So, yeah, an amazing start by the Pirates so far. They keep rolling. We don't know how long it's going to keep up for, but hey, why should it stop now? We'll see how it goes on. Next game that is on the list is the Yankees and we're doing NL. That was AL, my fault. The next game we'll be talking about is Phillies Nationals, a divisional matchup here. In the top of the second, we had Edmundo Sosa hitting an RBI single to Jesse Winker scoring Whit Merrifield. So nice job by the Phillies to get on top early. Luis Garcia Jr. then hit a RBI single himself to tie up the game, scoring Ildemar Vargas to make it 1-1. Joey Meneses would then hit an RBI single to score Lane Thomas to make it 2-1 Nationals. Edmundo Sosa then would tie up the game with a solo home run, so he was really the only source of offense today for this game for the Phillies. And then in the bottom of the fifth, Riley Adams with his sacrifice fly to Whit Merrifield scoring Lane Thomas to make it 3-2 Nationals. And that is where the game would end. So a nice job by the Nationals offense to outscore the Phillies. Yes, they only scored 3, but hey, I mean, the Phillies are a great offense, the Nationals are not. So it was a really good job by them, even though it wasn't that much. So I'd be happy if I was a Nationals fan right now. They had Mackenzie Gore on the mound. He went 5 2/3, giving up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, cutting his season ERA to 4.09. Not great, but it could be a lot worse. And I think going forward he'll be really good. I still have high hopes for Mackenzie Gore, and I think he'll be really good going into the future. For the Phillies, they did have Christopher Sanchez going, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, and a strikeout. So not amazing, but kind of what you want from a guy like Sanchez, who isn't going to be one of your staples in the rotation, but is still a good pitcher, a guy you rely on. So, yeah, I'd be excited about that if I was a Phillies fan, and excited about what he can do for this year. Next game we'll be talking about here is an interesting game going to Diamondbacks Braves, 2 of the better teams in the National League. So definitely an exciting game this was. So going to the bottom of the second here, Matt Olson, the home run leader of last year, hit a solo home run, his 3rd of the year, making it 1-0 Atlanta in the bottom of the second. Chadwick Trump would then hit a sacrifice fly to score Marcell Ozuna, making it 2-0 Atlanta. Then in the top of the 4th, Corbin Carroll would score on a disengagement violation, which was interesting. So, I mean, good job by the Diamondbacks, I get to get that called, if you want to say that. But yeah, kind of a good lucky break there for the Diamondbacks. And then Christian Walker would then single to score Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who advanced to second on the disengagement violation. So, yeah, I mean, they scored 2 runs off that. So, good job by them to tie up the game like that. In the bottom of the 4th, Malcolm Harris Jr. would hit his 2nd home run of the year, a solo shot to make it 3-2 and get the Braves the lead. And the big low would come in the bottom of the 8th with a 2-run home run from Austin Riley, his 2nd of the season, to make it 5-2. And that is where the game would end for the Braves. So nice job defeating a really good Diamondbacks team. If I was a Braves fan, I'd be very excited about that game and how it went. So, yeah, really, just a good job by them to beat a really good team. And that's kind of it there. Next, we'll be talking about the Brewers and Mariners game. High-scoring affair in this one. First, we jump to the top of the first, where new Mariner Jorge Polanco would hit an RBI single to score Julio Rodriguez, making it 1-0 in the top of the first. Jake Bauers would tie up the game 1-1 with a RBI single himself. Then Sal Frelick would hit an RBI double to make it 3-1 Milwaukee, so kind of coming away there. Then Josh Rojas would hit a RBI single to make it 3-2 Milwaukee. And then Oliver Dunn of Milwaukee would get that run right back to make it 4-2. He would score Bryce Harang. Same inning in the bottom of the second, William Contreras would hit his first home run of his season for Milwaukee, making it 6-2, scoring Blake Perkins. So great job on Milwaukee to get out front by 4 early. Wilson Contreras would then hit an RBI single in the bottom of the fourth, as would Willie Adames would homer, Jackson Charo would walk, and Bryce Harang with an RBI ground out, all in the bottom of the fourth to make it 10-2 Milwaukee. So this game got very out of hand for Seattle fast, but a great job on Milwaukee's offense to show that they are good and they're going to do a lot of damage this year. So if I was a Brewers fan, I'd be excited about where the team's going right now. William Contreras would then make it 12-2 with his second home run of the day and the season in the bottom of the eighth. The Mariners would try to get some runs on the board after that, with a 2-run home run by Dominic Canzone in the ninth, but it would be no match as they would lose to the Brewers 12-4. So a great outing by the Brewers offense here. Just a great job by them to score and, just get this done overall. So, For the Mariners, they had Emerson Hancock going, who was absolutely horrible. Sorry, I don't even be that blunt, but he was bad. 3 1/3 innings pitched, 11 hits, 8 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 2 home runs. Man, oh man, was that a bad start. I understand he's a rookie and he is a top prospect, though, so I'd be expecting a little bit more if I was a Mariners fan, I think he'll definitely be a good pitcher, but right now that's not a great sign for what you want this season, especially with guys like Brian Wohlert, who you would like to fill in with. So, definitely need him to perform better, 100%. The Brewers, they had Colin Ray going. He went 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, 1 earned run, and no walks and 3 strikeouts. So a nice outing by Colin Ray. Not much else you can ask for there if you are a Brewers fan. I think he did an acceptable job for especially where he is in the rotation. So, if I was a Brewers fan, I'd be happy with that outing. Next game we'll be talking about is Marlins-Cardinals. The Marlins are looking for their first win in the season. Can they do it? Let's see. Top of the first, Jazz Chisholm opens up the scoring with a bang, a 3-run home run to make it 3-0 in the first. Nick Gordon would then hit his second home run as a Marlin, making it 6-0, so 2 3-run home runs in 1 inning. Josh Bell would then hit a ground ball out to score Luis Arias to make it 7-0 Miami in the top of the second. Nolan Gorman would then try to come back for the Cardinals, making it 7-1 with a solo home run. But the hometown boy, Jake Burger, would hit an RBI double to make it 8-1. Josh Bell would then hit his fielder's choice to make it 9-1. And Jake Burger would hit a sacrifice fly to make it 10-1. So Marlins looking good for their first win. Nolan Gorman would hit his second home run of the day, making it 10-3, but it will be no match as the Marlins would get their first win of the season. Finally, 10-3. So a great job by them, a great outing. So great job by their offense, and great job to finally get that first win. I didn't know when they were going to get that first win. It was looking not great. So, not a great sign. But hey, they got their first win. All you need is one. Maybe they'll go on some kind of run now. I doubt it, but we can always see, right? It's they're 1-9. Crazy things have happened, I think. So, with the Cardinals, they had Kyle Gibson on the mound, who was not good. 6 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, 7 hits. Not good. It could have been worse, I guess, but he went 6 innings, so that's something. But 7 earned runs to this offense, yikes. Was not a fan of the signing, and he's proven me right so far. The rookie Max Meyer was on the mound, who was absolutely amazing. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, 2.45 ERA in the season. A great outing by him, proving why he's a top prospect. This Cardinals offense is nothing to fool around with, so a great job by him to get that win and help the Marlins get their first win of the season. So a really great outing by him. Next game we are talking about is Dodgers-Cubs, Ohtani's first time in Wrigley Field. Michael Busch would hit an RBI double in the bottom of the first to make it 3-0 Chicago, so a nice job by the Cubs to score early. Maybe a little bit of a revenge game for Michael Busch, who knows. After that, in the bottom of the second, we would have Seiya Suzuki hitting a sacrifice fly to score Mike Tauchman and make it 4-0 Cubs. Then 5-0 Cubs it would be with a Mike Tauchman double himself. Christopher Morel would reach on a fielding error by Miguel Rojas to make it 6-0 Cubs. Dansby Swanson would reach on a fielder's choice, making it 7-0. And Cody Bellinger would hit a home run against his former team, second one of the season, to make it 8-0 Cubs. Ohtani would hit a RBI double in the top of the 8th, but the Cubs would end up winning this one 8-1 in a pretty big blowout. So a great job by this Cubs team to beat a really good Dodgers team. And I mean, if you're a Cubs fan, that's all you can really ask for the future, hoping that they continue playing like this and continue striving. So, yeah. With the Dodgers, they had Gavin Stone going. He went 3 innings pitched, giving up 1 earned run. 5 runs, though, so the error by Miguel Rojas obviously did not help his case. So, can't really take much out of that outing. Shota Managa was okay, going 4 innings, only giving up no earned runs, but only 4 innings. You definitely want more of that. So, still no runs given up, but you'd like him to go deeper into games, definitely. But did not mean to do that. Sorry. Oops. But still, 0 ERA. Can't really complain about that. So, final game we have on the agenda is Padres-Giants, a divisional matchup. We had top of the first, Jay Cronenworth doubling. Ha-Sung Kim then hit an RBI single. Matt Chapman would then hit a forced groundout to make it 2-1. Mark Conforto would hit a RBI groundout himself, and Matt Chapman would hit an RBI single in the bottom of the 8th to win the game for the Giants. So really nice job by the Giants to come back and win this game. For the Padres, they had Matt Waldron going. He was good, giving up no earned runs in 5 1/3. And for the Giants, they did have Logan Webb going, who was amazing, going 7 innings, he only giving up 2 earned runs. So yeah, nice job there. We're going to go to our first break here. That was the recap of the NL games. We're going to be talking about the AL games after that. So, we'll see you after that and touch you after that. Bye. Thanks.